Thing that you had mentioned earlier, I want us to look at is the issue of the automatic recruitment. Based on the reports that we have seen, even for the victims that have died, the directive is that the family nominates someone from, a relative to replace the deceased victim of the stampede. Is that standard?
Thank you very much. Over here, we are talking about the Ghanaian nature. The truth is that if I want to be a soldier, my brother doesn't want to be a soldier. My brother probably wants to work with GRE. He probably wants to work as a teacher. He doesn't want to wear the uniform. So if I am late and you ask the family to nominate a person, you must nominate a willing soul, not a compelled soul. If you nominate a compelled soul, you find a lot of people in uniform. They're actually in the uniform, but the uniform is not part of them. It's not just in the uniform professional. Even in medicine, you find a medical doctor. I mean, your father couldn't become a doctor. Your mother couldn't become a doctor. All of a sudden, you're a very brilliant chap, and everybody ensures, we want our son to be a medical doctor. We want our daughter to be a medical doctor. And they push you until you become a medical doctor. In spirit and in heart, you really don't want seeing blood. You don't enjoy seeing blood. But the pressure from society has made you a medical doctor. In your heart, you don't like it. So there's no passion for the job. And you have a lot of people who are also in uniform. They don't have passion for the job. Probably it was out of necessity. I just need salary at the end of the month. So you get in there, and finally you get problems. So His Excellency the President has made that statement, if I got it right. If it's in the family, you suffered a loss. There were 3 or 4 brothers. One of them wanted to try the army. The other 3 thought that probably there's no chance for us. So you go alone and let's see. And we still have about 2 or 3 of us who are willing. Why not? Let's see how it goes. But the person, first of all, must be willing to be patriotic, to wear the uniform. Wearing the uniform is a calling. Somebody say it's a calling. You have to be called. If you are looking for a job just to earn salary, and you go and get a uniform job like the immigration service, okay? You wake up in the morning and you wear your uniform and put on the belt. The sound of the bell communicates a language. These are societal things I want to disclose. The sound of the belt, when you wear it, communicates a language. And that language says, as you go out, you are going to serve your country. You may not come back alive. So let your family know, this is a job I am doing for my country. If I go out and I don't come back alive, that is part of it. I've sacrificed my life to serve my country. So if you don't have the heart for that, don't go in there. It's not just about the salary. It's about service to our nation. It's about commitment to ensure that we enjoy the peace that we are enjoying over the years. And it's about you devoting your whole life, at least up to 60 years, to serve them.
You were of the opinion that the incident should not have been halted. And in fact, that was in an interview with me. Subsequently, we know that it was temporarily halted. It's unclear when it comes back up for potential recruits to return to the El-Wak Sports Stadium for the process. Do you still stand by your opinion that the incident shouldn't have halted the recruitment process?
My position is very clear, and I still stand by that if the incident happened at the El-Wak Sports Stadium, and there are people who are going through the exercise in Wa, they had no idea what happened. There are people in Takura who had no idea what happened. People have traveled from places to be able to get to these centers. Some people live in Accra, they travel to Wa for the exercise. Some people live in Wa, they travel to Takura for the exercise. If it happened in El-Wak, let's zero it at El-Wak and deal with the El-Wak issue.
I mean, that's what has been done.
Yes, you can suspend the El-Wak issue, not suspend. My argument was, don't suspend the exercise in all entirety. No, you can suspend what people who are around El-Wak will be traumatized. If you ask them to continue, that will not be fair. But suspending the whole exercise, I think that was not also going to be fair to the people. And that is exactly what the acting Minister of Defense directed, and that was what the President supported. And that is what has been done. The El-Wak one is on suspension, all others are on course. And I think that is very fair.
To think that it took a while for the notice of suspension to come, at least more than 2 hours for the notice of suspension to come post the event, which means that even when the stampede took place, the process was ongoing, uninterrupted at the El-Wak Sports Stadium. Is this a sign of command communication failure?
No. Probably we need to get to understand the environment in which we're operating. This is a military environment. You've gone for military recruitment. In the military, if you go out there for war, and one of you is shot dead, You don't stand and be watching and be crying and be thinking about what can I do to this dead body. No.
But there was no war.
I'm just telling the mentality.
Okay.
That the fact that somebody died, the soldier will continue to work. Somebody gives instructions. Because of this, people are traumatized out there. Stop the exercise now. And they will quickly stop. We are talking about a system that respects command and control. When the command comes, nobody says, I will not respect it. Everybody will respect. But until the command comes, your job is to go and do this.
Did they have to take that long for command communication to then seep down?
I am sure if you probably were at the center and you saw what happened, even under normal circumstances, if 6 people died like that, you'll be traumatized. Before you are stabilized mentally to begin to think about what to do, it will take more than an hour. All of us were traumatized. Even in Parliament, when you saw the way we were speaking, everybody was touched. So let's allow that, because the whole Ghana was just up in sadness, watching 6 young girls dying? No. So if it took about 2 hours for the instructions to come, please freeze the process. That is not to say they were not fair. That is to say all of us were traumatized.
I see.
And all of us were watching to see how we can manage the situation.
Honorable, how confident are you